like any good sporting event, right? The national anthem to start, right?
Yeah.
This was on there as well. I just,
Proudly we hailed,
hold on.
proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars were so gallantly there, as though rockets were there, and the twilight's last gleaming. And the rockets' red glare were so gallantly there. First stripes were all there, and the rockets were there. Proudly we hailed.
That's a good intro, Jake.
That is.
I like
Welcome
it.
back to Watch Your Lips.
Watch your lips.
Watch your lips.
And we're sorry, America.
Sorry.
Sorry, America.
Jeffrey Cox.
Spit in that cut. Jacob Saldati.
Kevin Burns.
Guys.
Kevin
Welcome
Burns.
back,
Burns.
boys.
Kevin Burns.
I was telling Jeff on the way here, a lot's happened since we recorded last week. A lot of things went down.
Yeah.
but you
As
know
they
what?
do.
You know what hasn't changed
What hasn't?
is where they can follow us, Burns.
Burns.
On Instagram and Twitter at watchyour_lips, and also on TikTok at watchyourlips. And if you're listening on any of those platforms, you can watch us on YouTube.
Well, are they going to listen on Instagram or TikTok? I mean, I guess they could listen to the clips, but everybody needs to go to iTunes and give us 5 stars
Now.
for your favorite podcast
right now.
ever.
Or
And when
hey,
you
listen,
go to YouTube,
listen, if you
Subscribe.
if you're listening, you can get it on Spotify. So
Those were the
follow,
platforms.
download Spotify.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spreaker's
Spreaker.
another where we
Ladies and gentlemen, that helps our numbers,
yeah, hit
which are
download.
climbing, which are climbing.
Yeah, hit download, share it
Enjoy it.
for Christmas. Bless somebody with a couple episodes of Watch Your Lips.
And
Yeah,
maybe
we
a
can
hat.
we can get them to you for free. So not a,
Of no cost
expensive
to you.
Christmas
No.
gift to anybody.
But it's a thoughtful one.
You don't have to wrap it, right?
No?
No.
Hell, it's free.
We wrap it up for you.
The shit is free. We, my God.
Dude, that was pretty good, Burns. That was funny.
way too.
But you know what? This brings up something. We didn't talk about this, but my wife put up our Christmas tree. It's not decorated. It's just standing in the living room, which I have a major, major problem with. Okay? Because Thanksgiving is the best day of the year, in my opinion. Like, there's no other day that's better than Thanksgiving. So those of you that put your Christmas up right after Halloween, like I got a problem with you. That's a heater to start.
But why is it a problem?
Do
out
not
hot.
shit on Thanksgiving.
Nobody's shitting on it. Why is it a problem?
You are.
Like, you don't want
are.
me to go
You're
to the
skipping-
bathroom on Thanksgiving?
No, I don't. Well, you can if you need to.
Okay.
Probably will need to. But
Going to.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
You'll need some of that.
okay, that's not where I was going.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Why are we skipping over one of the
Dude,
best
because
holidays?
Costco is already selling it like a day before Halloween.
Yeah.
They're selling Christmas.
Yeah.
So then everybody's like, oh, I got to buy it now or it's not going to be around. Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah. Why are
Is
you?
it dumb?
I have Christmas lights up on my
Or
house
is it
already.
genius?
Well, it's genius marketing and genius by these companies.
Okay, but did you leave the Christmas lights up from last year, or did you just put them up?
Well, I did not put them up, and the people we used to put them up, that was the only time they had was November 1st.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not
So
a fan.
you
I'm
would
not
rather-
turning them on.
I guess,
Okay, good.
is your
Good.
issue that it's up and bare or that it's up at all?
My issue is just
It's up.
skipping over Thanksgiving in general.
You still
We're
want
hosting
pumpkins
Thanksgiving.
and corn on the cob hanging
Turkeys.
around.
I want
Turkeys.
Thanksgiving.
You want a
Yeah,
little
I
gobble
want
gobble?
Yeah, we can put it up when everybody leaves. We can put the Christmas tree up. Mm-hmm. Used to be a tradition. We broke it. Okay.
The day
which
after or the
obviously
day
I have
of?
an issue with.
Wait, you would do it the day of Thanksgiving?
That evening, we would put
Wow.
it up the
That's ambitious.
that evening or that Friday.
Yeah.
And we decorate it too. I mean,
Do you enjoy decorating a tree?
I don't typically decorate it anymore.
Yeah.
I used to. I don't get a lot of joy out of that. I mean, a lot of people do.
I don't
I'm just
do.
being
Really
honest.
thankful.
I am. I'm very thankful.
Very
For Thanksgiving.
festive.
And for Christmas. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Into the
Jesus'
spirit.
birthday.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
And Kevin.
I'm Jake.
I know you're Jake.
That's-
He's Kevin.
That's Kevin.
But you guys know what I mean.
I do.
I just don't like the fact that people skip over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're
It
free.
really
yeah.
bothers me.
Again, another segue into another conversation that we kind of had. When the time changes, I feel like my clock is off. I feel weird.
Like
It's holiday season.
like immediately?
Yeah,
or
because
over a period of time.
Immediately. When this time has changed a couple weeks ago, it felt like it was still Halloween and Thanksgiving's next week.
Yeah, it just crept up on me this year.
It's fast, and I
didn't
feel
realize
in a
it's-
funk. I feel like I'm in a simulation. I'm just kidding.
Maybe we are.
Are we in a simulation?
We could be.
Hey, people say we are. People
You,
say
said, you
who's-
said it a few weeks ago on the phone with me.
Who started this
flat Earth, right?
Okay, no.
You don't believe flat Earth?
No, but who?
I just
who
don't
would
believe we're in a
start?
simulation.
You do not. You feel like you are.
No,
I
you
don't
think
even know
this
what
is
that
a video
real-
game.
I don't really know what that. That's what I think of when I hear that.
You
Like,
think
there's
this
some dude
life
somewhere-
is a video game just controlling all of us?
No, I don't
He's
think
got
that.
one big ass
It
controller.
could be an
He's
alien.
he's just
Yeah,
moving.
it could be an alien.
Could be.
If aliens are real, we could be living in a simulation.
If
Because aliens are real, we are.
I'm
living
asking,
in a
I
simulation.
just said that in with a question mark behind it. If
I'm there. I'm with you.
I'm asking, you believe that you don't believe they're
No, I think there's aliens.
Okay.
I don't know how sophisticated they are yet. We've only been here a couple thousand
Dumb
years.
aliens then,
Well, just
not smart ones.
I think they're smart in their own world.
short bus
But-
aliens?
Oh, okay, not in our world. In
Well,
the
not-
simulated world, they're
Well-
considered dumb.
If we are in a simulated world controlled by aliens, they're obviously way smarter than
Yeah,
we are.
we're the dumb ones at
But
that.
what I'm saying,
easy, bro,
Mid-drink.
easy.
but I'm saying
What are you saying?
that the aliens may not be sophisticated enough yet to really, really control us. So they allow us to live freely.
What if they just
through
wanted you
this
to say that
simulation.
right
you
now?
guys are
They could have.
nerds. Like, this is not a simulation. Aliens are not controlling us.
say
They
it
don't, they
was.
don't have a joystick.
Nerds.
I say it as a joke.
I'm
Another
living
good
my own
movie.
life.
Nerds.
Yeah, nerds. Revenge of the Nerds.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
what I
not nerds. That's a candy.
Yes.
Are you guys? So the holidays
But,
you're good on
you-
holidays.
Oh, I love the holidays.
Okay, you don't
Holidays is my
feel
favorite
like
time
you
of
don't
year.
feel a little bit off right now.
I do though.
No,
it's
yeah,
funny you said
yeah.
that because when time changes, I think it is that getting dark earlier, different mindset.
I thought we were just doing away with it. By the way,
The problem is I don't get tired any earlier.
Yeah, I don't. I'm staying up later than ever. I feel like
it's
I'm
because
a-
you're watching TV though. You're
I know.
watching shows.
Well, and
you're-
stupid reels on Instagram. That's why you
Yeah.
guys get them in the evening
Yeah.
time. 15,000.
Wait till you get
I've
them
slowed down.
11:30 at night,
Well, don't you
and Ashley's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's Burns sending a reel."
sending me nudes?
Yeah,
Whoa,
no nudes.
No, I wouldn't share that with you,
Thank God.
you absolutely probably would.
dude.
I just make
But-
sure I wasn't the only one that
You're
felt
not.
in a
JK,
funk.
I agree with you. It does change your mindset a little bit, and
Yeah, it's weird.
the
just
dark,
waking up.
being
Like,
dark.
it's harder to wake up for me.
Yeah. Being dark early irritates me. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm not
I'd
a
heard that
morning
they were just
person.
shit canning it, like daylight savings. We were just gonna
How do you do that?
Well, they were supposed to,
right.
but
You saw
there's
that?
there's like Arizona,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hawaii.
whoa, whoa. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
They don't recognize daylight savings, and I think there's a couple other states.
So then it'll just get dark earlier and time won't change.
time. Won't.
Yeah, time doesn't change. That's why, like Hawaii, it can be 3 hours or 2 hours behind us. Arizona, I think it's 2 hours ahead or something. I don't know, but they were voting on it, but I don't know where it went.
So we are voting on a time change now. That's where
Voted
we're at.
on getting rid of the time change.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was
It was a
big deal.
thing, man.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Well,
Just throwing that out.
hey,
your way.
no flavored tobacco products in California anymore.
Really?
As of December 21st.
really.
Yeah. So those of you that chew tobacco, you're going to have to start chewing the shit that you don't like.
To stir.
Yeah, the dirt.
Like they're just they got to control us.
Yeah.
I
But the Indian gaming casinos are not allowed to do any online platforms. That did not pass.
How did you? What were your thoughts on that?
I voted for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
So in California right now, we can't really bet on games, or because I tried.
Well, not only that, but it's like roulette and craps.
Oh.
We're on there. Those of you that like to go to casinos, like me, I want a real roulette table.
Is that your game?
I love roulette. I win
Really?
all the time on roulette.
How?
I play numbers only.
Huh, I don't even know what that means.
Okay, do you want me to explain it to you on the podcast? No. All right.
Well, let's just go sometime.
Burnsy.
Yeah, you can win a lot of money.
Questions
You
in
can lose a shitload of money. quick,
writing.
too,
Yeah.
though.
Have you ever played 3-card poker?
What did I
have.
just say?
Yeah.
Have you ever played?
Yes, I have. Let it ride. Yeah.
Don't answer his question.
Caribbean poker.
Jeff,
Yeah.
don't
They,
answer. It's simple. Don't
Well, I
answer.
was going to answer all of them.
Yeah,
All
the
of them,
21
yeah.
game. It's like
Call
forever
me when
21.
you're fucking done.
Yeah, Spanish 21.
Forever 21.
But no, it's a store, Burns. Oh. It's not a game.
Lots happened.
A lot.
Lots happened. Jeff.
Okay. Are we going live now?
We've
I'm
been.
just kidding. Just kidding.
We are live.
We talked a little Kyrie off the sports path for a minute because Saturday Night Live was going to be hosted or was hosted by Dave Chappelle, and people threw a fit about it because of his thoughts on transgender, or not even thoughts, like his stand up involving transgender community, gay community, with what's going on with Kanye and Kyrie. Did you guys watch?
I did not.
You didn't go watch
I
it?
did not.
Okay.
I watched like 3 minutes of it.
It's not enough. You should watch the whole thing. Anyways, there was
I want to.
It's a slap on the wrist.
Gosh.
if you
Sorry, Papa.
But anyway, what's the?
no, it was there was a story out saying that the SNL writers were going to boycott because he was hosting. And I'm to the point like when does it stop? Until everybody's
Well, and comedy has been the
why does everybody
constant-
want, and like who are SNL writers to sit here and say
Yeah.
like they've never done
ridiculous.
anything, you've never written offensive sketches?
Yeah.
Did you never listen to Richard Pryor?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Like,
Comedians
and
have
did not every
always-
ethnicity laugh at him because
Right.
he was fucking hilarious?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're laughing at him.
That
Now it's offensive. But before it was funny. And now it's offensive.
You're gonna boycott because of
A woke
Right.
culture.
then
he
don't-
doesn't need you to write for
then
him.
don't watch it, right? Like I mean the writers is whatever. That's just
Yeah, we've said
stupid.
that.
Well, and the band was
if
behind
you're
him laughing.
You think you're a comedian, right? You would most comedians that I pay attention to or listen to talk would not go that far. If anything, they would not just they wouldn't listen. They wouldn't support that comedian. But like to boycott when you're comedy writers boycotting arguably one of the best comedians
Yeah.
of all time.
Right.
What is like? Do you lose a little credibility in the comedy world? Right, because you advocate
far as
for
SNL?
free
The
speech more
the
than
writers?
against, correct? Right? I mean,
Yeah.
You're
comedian-
talking about the writers.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
I think
writers.
that,
you
yes,
do.
they do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. 100%.
Because you're taking one of the best. Okay, we can just say that.
And you
You're
guys need to
taking
go
one of
watch the
best.
whole thing and then be like, really, this is what we're throwing.
Yeah, but I get the context of it. But you know, we were talking about this earlier, you and I, and I'm not oblivious to the fact that people get offended by things other people say. I personally, though, like I know I get pissed off quickly, but I'm very easy to I'm very quick to forgive. I think you guys would.
Yeah,
but what I'm getting at is it's very hard to offend me.
But is you getting
like-
pissed off you being offended?
No. And that's where I think this is where I'm going. Like, I think there's a big difference of, okay, I'm mad because somebody said something, or I'm actually offensive, and I want to go seek out that person, and I want to like. That's a difference, right? To me, like I don't get offended by like if you call me, let's just say a cracker, you're one too.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't offend me.
Right.
Do you know what you are? This is we kind of got
Well,
into.
I got into the surnames, and
we just had a little fun with who you are.
So Burns, do you know where your name originates from?
I would imagine no, I don't know, but
I mean, where would you guess?
Scotland?
It is Scotland.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the correct answer. Accent. I'm
it definitely
Mexican,
wasn't.
fool. Mexican.
You're Mexican.
I already know though. Like my mom's side.
Well, thanks for asking. I'm English. It's English of English.
We were getting around to it.
More Great Britain. A little bit Irish.
So that Cox was born in
Everywhere.
the GB.
Yeah.
How do you think they came up with our last names? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, somebody had it.
So
we inherited it. That's
But
how
how did they ever come up with it? Like somebody had
Well,
to
it's a surname.
originate all of
Yeah.
them. So who did God? Did Adam and Eve have a last name?
Oh,
What the fuck are we doing right now?
I don't know. on
Is
that.
it hurting?
It's an interesting question.
It is an interesting question. They did not, according to biblical terms.
Yeah.
They did not have last names.
Sometimes,
a good question,
yes.
Burns.
Thank you.
But
Start a podcast
That would have
about
got
it.
approved. That would have got approved on my write-in.
so if somebody, was attacking the Scottish heritage, you live in North America and you have your entire life, like,
Right.
are you going to get offended
No,
now knowing that you are Scottish?
no, I'm not hypersensitive.
Yeah. That's a good word for it.
Hypersensitive. That's offensive.
It probably is.
you know-
And I don't mean to offend anyone.
No, but somebody's offended.
Yeah.
I think we've proven the fact that we're not trying to offend
No.
anyone.
Yeah. No.
It's more, just talking.
Well, yeah.
We're plenty into these.
Yeah.
The
But
people that listen know. If you're
it's
offended,
very-
don't fucking listen. anymore.
yeah, right.
Get out of here.
It's very difficult for me to get offended.
Yeah, I think.
We could probably offend you.
I mean,
I
you might
could
piss me
offend-
off, but I don't think you're going to offend me to where
Well,
I'm going to
But that's what I was
you
asking.
on Facebook. I'm going to get off the podcast. We're not going to be friends anymore. That's offending somebody.
Yeah.
That's taking it to the extreme. Now, not talking to you guys when you call me because I'm pissed off for a few hours. Yeah, then that's, that's different. That's just me being mad.
But you get over it fast, like you said.
Yeah, I do.
like politics are offensive.
To some. But why does it offend you? I mean, it's about winning and losing, right? Politics is.
Yeah.
So you voted, your guy or gal lost. You're going to be offended now?
I don't know about what.
Yeah. And then you're going to
'Cause it happened,
and then
'cause you
you're going
didn't
to go
win.
on tantrums on social media
Because you didn't win.
and you're going to get sucked down the black hole and you're going to spend 3 hours arguing a point that nobody cares about
Yeah.
on social media.
You're not going to change
Yeah.
anybody's
Even though
mind.
it makes you feel better and you're fuming and you're typing as fast as you can, nobody cares.
Nobody. I don't care. Do you?
Seriously.
No.
But how many people climb down those rabbit holes and then just
Oh, yeah. It's
Well,
bad.
like we've talked about on here, like in 2020, like people, families,
no,
like
exactly
dividing.
oh, yeah.
unfriending people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, putting offensive posts or putting posts out there to get a rise out of people
Well,
and getting
how,
1 or 2 likes.
how are we ever going to get back to, or have we ever been, but get back to a country that like gets along amongst itself? If we're constantly being told,
I don't see
if
it.
you don't think this way, then you're wrong, and I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not. So how am I going to learn about what their thoughts are? What it
You're
doesn't make
talking
sense.
about being a united nation.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to be there for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's going to take some extreme events to happen for this country to be united again,
What type?
which
of
is really
events?
unfortunate. I don't know.
I hope
I mean,
not,
What the
I
scope of
also
these
agree.
events? What do you think?
Well,
You're talking
I mean,
like a 9/11 type event, or are you
Well,
talking like a natural disaster?
I mean,
or-
I don't want to put this out on the airwaves.
No, I don't either.
Let China get a hold of this.
They're listening.
you know, but yeah, it's going to take some major events to unify people. Yeah, 9/11, there was unification. Like the people were about the people again.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about, you know, oh, you support this guy, he supports that guy. Let's not be friends anymore and let's argue on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know,
We didn't have Facebook right at the time.
MySpace probably. Or your
In its
space.
infancy, I think Facebook was still a college
you guys know
thing.
what I mean.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's a reason to shut a country
But I'm
down.
saying, so
for a day.
again, we very, very early on when we started doing this, we talked about like the main culprit for the times, this and the platforms that are available to people now. And
So do you think
the media, the news media, like it's there's too much money being made amongst the division for people to want to change. People think with their pockets now.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's about money. It does not matter what it comes down to. It is about dollars.
So do you think social media is a communication barrier or an enhancement?
I don't think its intent was to be what it's become. I think it was supposed to be an enhancement, I think.
And
Still can be.
What do you mean by barrier? Barrier amongst
Like,
us?
do people, okay, do you we still pick up the phone and call each other.
Yes.
Right? A lot of people just text out of convenience, right? Or, I don't know, like send a social media message, an IM.
Right.
Right? Like instead of texting somebody. Like, are you reliant on social media
I
as
think
a
it's dumbing us
communication
down.
tool? Yeah.
It's making people lazy.
Yeah, what happened to the old rotary phone that we would call on, right? I think communication has decreased.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm getting at is I don't think that we're
effective
communicating.
communication.
Yeah, I don't think we're communicating better.
No, I think that it's in a steep decline, and we have to get back to a place where we start talking to people, start having phone conversations. Which I've gone through periods where I'm not real good at it, but
how long can you carry on a conversation with somebody that I've had conversation with people that don't necessarily agree with me or things that I think. That's where it gets to a point of no return. Like it turns into a fight. It turns into an attack. It turns into like people can't just accept that there's differences.
are these people close people that you've been friends with for a long time?
I mean, I've had maybe a couple, but nothing where damage was just unrepairable. Nothing
Right.
like that. But like I've had conversations where like I bet if most people out there that you see, like if you go on YouTube and you see these conversations taking place, it's done. We're done with each other.
No,
Right.
exactly.
There's never going to be a common ground.
Yeah.
But they also fail to accept that. They're mad about it regardless. Like I accept that I have differences.
Right.
And I've had engagements or interactions where, okay, we don't think alike. So we don't, you know what I mean? Like those lines or those things don't need to be crossed anymore.
But you know what, dude? Like a big problem today is like I go back to our childhood. I had no idea what your views were.
Yeah.
Or your parents. I had no idea what your views were or your parents. It was unspoken, right? Now these kids know, oh, they're a Biden supporter. Oh, they're a Trump supporter. And literally they won't talk to each other.
Yeah. It's
Like
going down.
I have a kid in high school and it's like, to me, that's crazy.
Well, yeah,
Like that was something we didn't even speak of. Like,
Well, what was the point? It wasn't what it is now, and it wasn't available. We weren't
No,
watching.
it wasn't available.
that's
And
exactly where I'm going. Is like
it's
it
getting
wasn't.
worse for our
We
kids'
didn't watch the
generation.
news, dude,
Yeah,
when we were
exactly.
10.
No,
We didn't have social media
Unless you were
real.
at
That's
grandpa's house.
That's where you got your info, was either the paper or
yeah.
Yeah,
the
which
evening
I went
news.
straight to the sports page and didn't care about anything else, really, when I was a kid.
So I think the part that is causing all the conflict, or one of the parts, is that people think they know somebody just off of their social media, or if they have a podcast, whatever. So people think, oh, I already know this person, so that if they ever talk to them, they think they know their viewpoint. They think they know everything about them, so they're just going in for a fight.
Right.
And how you're never going to solve anything that way.
No.
Are you coming in for a fight?
I'm coming in hot. No, I think that we need to start having conversations, start talking to people the old fashioned way and get to know them before forming an opinion
Or just-
about who they are.
The problem is
why I should
Be okay.
I agree with you.
Be okay
100%,
with-
but it's too corrupt, man.
Be okay with being different or thinking different than somebody. It's okay.
Right.
For it to affect your life beyond the conversation that you had, to take it home and to let it linger in your life for multiple days, something's up with you.
Yeah.
Things should not affect you like that.
Yeah.
Somebody else's
You are
opinion or
getting
view.
offended. You're not getting mad,
Well,
When
you're
you're being
upset
fed.
because they don't agree with you.
which means you're offended for whatever they said. Like, get mad at them and call them the next day when you guys have simmered down, like we do.
Right.
Even
'Cause
with
we
people you
fight.
don't know, though.
We do. We all fight.
I'm
We've
saying
all gotten in
even
arguments.
people you don't know, you have a conversation with a random person. Like, people take those conversations home and they linger with them, and it's like, just let it go.
See, maybe I'm just programmed differently. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I usually
Like, I
don't
just do
have,
not let it bother me because
yeah,
it's something I
care
can't
less.
control. So why am I going to stress about something I can't control? It's just, to me, it's crazy that people get so infatuated with this and that it sucks them in.
Yeah.
And that's all they want to talk about. So anyway,
SNL writers, get back to work.
what else you got, Jake?
God damn it.
Or hire a whole new fleet.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, you're comedy writers. Ultimately, that was my point. They're comedy writers, and you're shunning a comedian, yet you always fight to express or for freedom of speech, and then you're going to boycott somebody because of how they do the same shit you do. He's funnier than you. Is that why you're offended?
Yeah.
Because he's
You're
going
just
to go
mad that you don't have
destroy
his
whatever
money.
monologue that
Right.
you're going to write for him.
Exactly.
He doesn't need you. Is that why you're
Right.
What is it? The fuck out of here. A lot's happened in the sports world. Which, positive vibes. Let's bring it back up.
Okay.
Well, maybe not so much. Because Jeff Saturday, when we stopped, right? And Jeff Saturday's announced as the, Pat McAfee, interim coach of the Colts. And people lost their shit.
Because Jim Irsay, his drinking buddy, got the job. That's why they're mad. But you know what? If I had a choice, I'd give one of you guys the job. You'd have to interview.
Yeah.
I guess
an
my
interim,
problem is like all the analysts who have never been coaches at that level or maybe any level to have the audacity to tell somebody who's running a franchise, a business,
How to run it?
how to run it and the decisions they should make with no, fuck you. No.
Yeah, you should just go in, rip up their script, be like, no, this is how you're going to run it.
I
This
think
is how
and
you're
I think
doing
Pat
it.
McAfee was one of the guys saying like all the talking heads do that because he's like none of these people really feel that way. They're being told by who
He
Bryce
just
signs.
won.
Yeah.
He just won.
Game one, no experience. I get some of the frustrations in certain areas of it, but like some of these people, like you just hear him talking, it's like the end of the world.
But you know what? It does he brings up an interesting point for me. Okay. Some of the best coaches I've ever been encountered with, which isn't a lot, but there's been some really good ones. Okay. They come from the high school level. They start at high school. And it's a stepping stone into your career, right? Jeff Saturday was a high school coach. It's not like he didn't know X's and O's. Yeah, it's different.
I think he was an analyst for the team as well, right?
He was. He played for 16 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champion.
He's
been in a locker room.
Quarterback.
Yes. And he's been in a locker room that obviously was very successful.
Yeah.
Okay. He probably has absorbed some of that success. Wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, it's just
So it's
because he
not
hasn't
just
coached
about-
doesn't mean he can't coach.
Well, that's the thing. Like when anybody looks at a resume, okay, they're just like, oh, the guy's got nothing. He could just bring a blank piece of paper in, but have the personality and the character and be the right person for that team right now, and you should hire him.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous for anybody to say that he shouldn't get the job.
Well, it was more based on skin color. The beef.
The Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which again,
Well,
they weren't hiring a head
That's a
coach.
ridiculous point, though, because it's an interim position, so
Correct.
it's handed to somebody.
Sure.
You can't go through the interview process during the season. The
But
season
then
is
the
still
argument
going.
was there's coaches on staff that with experience that could have filled that role.
I'll tell you what, they didn't seem bothered. They seemed pretty excited.
Well, and they
after
weren't
that win.
outspoken about it either. You didn't hear the Colts coaching staff. You didn't hear. You heard all the other outside noise telling you what you should think.
I'll
You
tell
never
you
heard it from
somebody-
the Colts.
Right.
That's right. And I'll tell you somebody who's a real believer of Jeff Saturday, and that's Matty Ice.
Matt Ryan, of course.
Yeah, he got paid for it.
He got back in, gets a win, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Jeff Saturday 1-0.
Now let's.
Let's preface
It
this
is the Raiders.
with
I
won't do it.
can't. I'm 2-7. I guess I can't pick them anymore.
no, they're not going to win the West. Jake,
I went bye.
Yeah, that is not how
Bye-bye.
the West was won.
Josh McDaniels. Okay.
Big turd.
Hey, congrats though to Jeff Saturday on
Yeah, big win, Jeff Saturday. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. I like it.
because
I'm
of all the
I was a
noise
fan of him.
and all the haters. I want him to win.
I liked him on ESPN.
I liked him arguing with Peyton Manning on the
yeah.
sideline.
Oh yeah.
And getting into it.
Yeah.
I want
With
him.
the
To, I
Hall
want
of
him to
Famer.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go win. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, and I
Go
think
win.
the team morale aspect and pumping up a team, that plays a big part. Whether he has the X's and O's experience, he knows how to lead a team.
And maybe
Yeah,
he's
and-
not the
and-
guy when it's done. Who knows?
But,
Yeah,
he-
could
but
not.
here's the other thing. It's like, okay, you put your veteran back in, Matt Ryan. Everybody's going to rally around him. Jonathan Taylor ran for 140 yards and
Yeah.
a touchdown.
Which
he has
you-
not done that at all
No.
all year.
Yeah, you were saying that last week.
Yeah, so-
He's gonna run more.
Yeah.
Both of you were.
So
Right.
those of you that have Jonathan Taylor, be glad that you hung on to him, didn't trade him because he's going to go off.
The Raiders, on the other hand, is an entirely different story. Jeffrey.
You know, the only issue that I had is that Derek wore his Bulldogs gear during his press conference.
Why
Why is that an
a
issue?
problem?
No, just
Explain to
Because
us.
we're all going to have
Hey,
probably different
and
views on
I
this.
get this, dude. I love Derek Carr.
So do I.
love the Cars.
'Cause I have
love
no-
Fresno State.
No
And
problem with it.
I found myself.
Did you say you love Fresno State?
Yes, I do.
Before we go any further, the lead sponsor for Watch Your Lips, Best Drayage, is and when I say when people say the Ohio State, Best Drayage is the transportation and logistics company for
Official.
official
For
As of
your-
yesterday.
Nice
official for Fresno State athletics.
commitment, Cox.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Watch
We're
your
excited.
lips.
Yeah,
We're
that's
excited. Go
exciting.
Dogs.
Go Dogs.
We're gonna be
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Carr.
Derek Carr, I get the emotion. Like, this is a frustrating season, man. Like, and I'm not gonna fault him. I know you are for crying, and that's okay.
Was he really
Look
crying?
at the
though?
assumptions.
Like,
No.
Look at the assumptions.
But there was a lot of crying in football this weekend.
There was a lot. Yeah.
A lot of crying in football, which, they say there's no crying in baseball. Football is a little more of a rigorous, violent sport.
Of a crying
Physical.
sport.
Yeah, you shouldn't be crying in football. But, man, how do you not feel bad for the guy?
Oh, I feel terrible.
Because here's
for
the
him,
thing.
but-
Like, he's 3 years away from would have had the MVP, most likely, okay, had he not broke his leg. And then rallies that team back into the playoffs last year, almost gets a win against the Bengals, who ended up going to the Super Bowl. Like, he's not bad. He's not the problem.
No.
This offense sucks for him.
has he been
Well, the
consistent
line,
though?
right? The line is terrible.
The line's awful.
No, I'm not saying about him personally. Let's just talk about him for a second. Because I had no problem with him being emotional. I'm a big fan, always have been. But let's just, you got to be honest with it too. As big as fans as we are, has he been consistent? And is that
Over the years or this
just
year?
this year, right? Because there's been some moments in games, and again, you're under pressure. Who's to say every throw is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have Waller. You didn't have Renfro. Do you have a healthy, like
No.
Jacobs, it's inconsistent. Like, the guy runs for 160 yards and then doesn't. And I said it last week, like, to me, it's to the staff, right? You're the one that
It's 100%.
Yeah, the game plan.
you game plan
everything.
for this team. The players go and do their best to execute, because I keep seeing Carr's not making this throw, Carr's not making that throw, and it's like, well, he doesn't seem to have a lot of time to be making many throws. He's going to have to throw the ball to Devontae 800 times.
Which has been working.
Sure. And Jacobs
Lately.
has been great. But it's not the team that they walked out of camp and preseason with.
Are there injuries on their O-line?
I don't know. There might be, but they're just
Yeah.
very terrible.
I think there is. And the defense has been awful.
Yeah.
Like, what Carr threw for 2-something and 2 touchdowns on Sunday?
Yeah, but his numbers alone are not awful.
They're not. That's what I'm
they're
saying.
up
Everybody's
there
piling
in the
on this guy.
Top 15, top 16 in the NFL.
You're going to pile on a guy that hasn't had any consistency in his career with the organization as far as that's concerned.
Look, I haven't watched very
Coaches-
many Raiders games, even though they're televised, because I watch Red Zone, and they haven't been showing a lot of
Yeah,
the Raiders in the Red Zone.
Hasn't been a lot.
But I don't know if Josh McDaniels is actually calling the plays. Do you guys know?
I have no
clue.
mean, that's his forte, though, isn't it?
Look, Devontae Adams goes off in week 1. He goes silent for a couple weeks, right? Josh Jacobs starts going off. Now he's going silent. There's just no cadence to these guys.
Yeah.
Where there's no balance whatsoever.
And is
I
it
think
part
it's
of-
a
is it-
lost cause with McDaniels being the center of all of it?
Is it part of year 1 in your head coaching tenure there, and you're trying to create a certain culture, and everything's new again for a lot of these guys?
Well, and then Davis comes out today and says Rome wasn't built in a day. Well,
You went and got
Raiders,
Devontae.
how do you feel about that? I think you probably feel like you need to win now. The whole just win, baby mentality is gone.
Yeah.
Well, they also talk about how he accomplished he was as a coordinator, and it's
He was.
okay, but he also had
Bill Belichick?
and that defense and
Yeah.
the defensive-minded head coach.
Right.
With, again, the Raiders aren't that defense. I don't know.
So-
He's getting beat up a lot,
He is.
and I don't know. I get the wearing the dog's gear is kind of funny, but like somebody
got
from
emotional
the
with
news
that.
somebody from the news tweeted that too. That's all they tweeted. One of the news sports guys,
Right.
all he tweeted was that fucking Carr was wearing Bulldogs gear in the press conference after their loss. I'm like, wow, riveting, groundbreaking news. Like, that's all you got?
That's it.
You're the sports guy, and that's all you got for us? Holy shit, Captain Obvious! I can't see that from. I don't need a tweet from that.
Do you think that will become like the Michael Jordan crying face?
No,
Derek
No.
Carr crying
No.
face?
Do you? Is that
I
why
don't
you
know.
said
I'm
that?
just asking.
Who else was
I'm asking
crying,
for
Jeff?
a friend. Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur.
From Green Bay. He's very,
Because
very passionate.
Aaron Rodgers jumped his
Ripped
ass.
him. I
We'll
love
get
it.
into that maybe later.
And Ron Rivera, who lost his
Yeah,
mother.
that's totally
God rest in
acceptable.
peace.
And that's a big win on the road against the best team in football at the time.
Hero Heineke.
Kansas City.
Hero Heineke.
Kansas City.
And then they're going to ice him. And they're going to put Wentz back in.
They're not. There's no way.
They're talking
gosh.
that Wentz is going back in because Heineke hasn't thrown for 200 yards
But
or
he's
whatever.
won.
He wins.
He's
He's 3-1.
Yeah. And that guy plays like
He plays his ass
It looks
off.
like a completely different team. And I say this from a fantasy standpoint that had Carson Wentz as his quarterback, who now has Taylor Heineke on the bench, but still have him.
Yeah.
It looks like I paid attention to the Commanders, and it's a completely different team. Like the way, and even the way they're using Robinson
Well,
and
Terry McLaurin
Gibson.
now is relevant.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, he was completely removed from the offense with Wentz, and for no reason whatsoever. He's extremely good.
yeah.
But thankfully, Heineke's bringing him back. I mean, that helps me.
Wentz, that sounds like an injury. Like that name sounds like
Yeah.
an injury you would
Yeah.
get, or you'd wince at something
Or you'd Wentz.
when you get hit in the ribs.
Calm your lips.
Go ahead. We're there.
Before we get started, though, we're not going to call this check your mouth.
Sorry.
Caleb Bravo, shout out.
Only when he's here.
Ends up.
Only when he's here.
Yeah.
Go back.
Calm your lips.
Help me find my puppy.
Help me find my puppy. Let's start it with Josh Allen's turnover issues will keep the Bills out of the Super Bowl.
C. Simone. Yes.
Yeah.
I know what that meant.
Yeah.
I'm in transportation.
Wow, I'm offended. Fucking offended.
That's offensive.
Yeah. What?
What?
Okay.
¿Quién habla?
Okay.
¿Quién habla?
Yes, I agree with you.
No, it's not. They're going to fix it. Josh Allen is...
I think there's too much pressure on him to...
He's trying to do too much. And he's got a really good supporting
When
cast.
I heard that when I heard that they were a team in the running for McCaffrey, I felt like that's what that team needs, a guy like that.
Yeah, Devin Singletary's pretty good between the tackles.
I'm just saying,
he's good in the goal
look at-
line. They don't use him enough.
They don't. And maybe that's it.
but
Maybe
look
that's
what
the problem.
happened-
Look what your Finns are doing with Wilson and Mostert and the receivers they have. The Niners that are doing with Mitchell, McCaffrey, and I feel like the Bills are minus that running back.
Well, they got Nyheim Hines.
Really?
They have Singletary.
Where's he been?
No, they haven't. That's the thing.
So it's
Like,
on the
so the game plan needs to change, Sean McDermott. Like, if you want to win the Super Bowl, don't run your quarterback who is a superstar all the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because the problem with him is he's not afraid of anything.
What I think he
Where
likes
Lamar
blowing those
Jackson
guys
and
up.
Justin Fields, yeah, they'll put their head down and they'll throw a shoulder here and there. Josh Allen's running through you.
Well, do you
So
see
that's the big
DBs when
difference.
he's coming at him? You can tell they don't want to tackle him.
No, they don't want to tackle him.
He runs hard.
I wouldn't want to tackle him.
No.
But I don't think so. I think they're going to clean it up, but they need to change the game plan.
How about
So
that
you're
game?
watching, or what's this segment called?
The Vikings.
The Vikings?
That's what
what
it's
the
called?
segment's called.
The Vikings?
The Vikings and the Bills. How about that game? Seriously, like,
Oh, it was
unreal, man.
unreal. I've
and how about
Instant classic for sure.
I know you're not a fan of the blue team, but Joe Davis,
Joe?
Joe Davis,
Gabe?
no, the announcer.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Isn't that his name, Joe Davis?
Could be. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
don't you don't follow them. I think his name's Joe
No,
Davis.
I don't follow the
I'm
Bills.
pretty sure he
the
was
announcers.
calling
I
that.
follow him in third
It
place.
was fun to listen to. Just thought he,
You're
brought a
in
little
fourth
different
place
energy.
then.
You know, that game, here's the problem. The Bills they've lost 3 games. They could have won all 3 of those games easily, really. And play calling is what has caused them to lose. So
Do you take a safety there at the end?
you either do that or you roll Josh Allen out and you
Yeah,
throw the ball out of bounds.
Put him in shotgun.
Yeah, and just throw the ball out of bounds. You're going to sneak
Yeah,
on the
that was
goal line
dumb.
to get out 2 yards?
Yeah, like on the 2-inch line.
Like you're not getting a big gain there.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do? Just field position so you can knee? You have enough time to knee?
Yeah.
Vikings had timeouts.
It was dumb.
Well, I
Justin
feel-
Jefferson
Also,
is a freaking
He-
phenom.
Oh,
that-
my
he-
gosh.
That catch was
nuts.
How?
maybe one of the best catches
and
ever
to have the
in
wherewithal
history.
to keep it from hitting the turf.
Exactly.
I don't know how. I don't know if that was intentional or luck of where it was, but that was impressive.
It was up there. It's up there, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a
Odell
win.
Beckham
What a win for
type
the
of
Vikings.
catch for him. You think? Like Odell?
Yeah, I think Holmes in the Super Bowl is one of my favorites.
Diggs had another one-handed
Yeah, he
big
did.
grab
Nice.
in that game.
It's fun to watch
But how about
receivers right now.
what about the rules though? Because the Bills had one on that last drive to Davis that was incomplete,
Yeah,
and
they
inside
didn't-
of 2 minutes,
And it didn't get reviewed.
they never got reviewed. And I know they went fast, but
Well, that was or was that an OT? No, that
No,
was
that was in regulation.
should have been reviewed.
So
Would have been called
even
Well, the
incomplete.
NFL
Did you
has come
see-
out and said that was the wrong call. It should have been reviewed, and it would have been overturned,
Okay, but how come?
which doesn't help.
Listen, I saw it. I'm assuming you guys did too. When the Vikings went for it on the sneak on 4th down, They show the line.
Yeah, you
from
had 9 guys that lined up offsides. Like their whole line was offside.
How come that? How does that not get called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy game. The Vikings won. They're
Yeah.
8-1.
They're good. They're much better than the other 8-1.
Speaking of them, are the Vikings the NFC favorite for the Super Bowl?
Yes, I think so.
You kind of have to
How
say
quickly things change
Yeah.
in the overreaction arena, because the Eagles were the best team in the NFL
Last week.
Yeah.
And they were last week, right?
yeah.
We established that.
Although I thought their
You
mistakes.
guys agreed that they were the best.
They were
I said
8-0.
it was week 10.
8-0.
But this is the weekly overreaction.
Right. So you,
Right. That's why I was saying
you
that's,
confuse yourself.
You
I
can't say
think.
that. You can't say that. That's why you can't say the Vikings, even though I have been a fan all year.
Then
So
you
then you're
can't
saying
say
Conrad
are
anything
not
ever.
the favorite for the NFC yet.
But based on your
Then who
logic,
is?
you cannot say anything ever because it's always going to be, well, it's
No.
only week 10. It's only week 11.
No, because I've called some. I think it's a toss-up between the Vikings, the Eagles, and the Niners. So hard for me to say which one of those teams is the best right now.
And where do the Cowboys fall in? To your
The
mix?
Cowboys are not in the running for the NFC East anymore. So they'll be lucky to get a wild card.
Next.
Well, we hit on this. I think we all agree. The Raiders do need to fire Josh McDaniels. We said this 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What is it going to do? Who are you going to go get?
Jeff Saturday.
Well, why?
No, you'll get Jeff Sunday.
Burns.
I mean, yeah.
They had an interim last year that took them to the playoffs.
Maybe you should have never let him go.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Who's he with, by the way? I think he's with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I think he might be.
Interesting that they're 8-1.
Yeah. So they need
So
to
what's
fire.
the plan now? Do the Raiders just go try
Fire
and lose?
Josh McDaniels.
I'm saying
fire him right now.
It's a losing season. You're playing for draft pick now.
Listen, they suck. They're terrible.
So you're,
And
that's
I
what
mean, I hate to say that, but they do. They can't get anything right on all 3 facets of the game.
Yeah.
They can't do anything right.
They need to draft Trump's wall next year
Yeah,
for the offensive line.
they probably do.
I don't know.
Jake didn't laugh.
I mean, it's hilarious. I don't know though. I don't know if you.
Jake,
fire him
have
or
you
not.
always not liked to laugh?
Okay,
or is
so
this-
you
I
let-
love to laugh, bro.
So you
Is
let
it
him
new?
roll into 2023 as your head guy, or you just wait to fire him at the end of the season?
I only say that because their owner said Rome wasn't built in a day.
You're not the owner, though.
Well, for the owner, I
good
don't
thing.
know, man. I also feel like it does take time. I don't know if I just don't know if he's a head coach. I just don't know if that's his calling.
The Dogs have almost as many victories in Allegiant Stadium as the Raiders do.
I feel like maybe being a head coach just doesn't suit his person. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the locker room. Nobody knows. We don't get to see that stuff. I just
Sounds like he's lost control. When a guy like Derek Carr says he's pissed off
And Devontae did too.
and frustrated.
well, they kind of come out and said like it just seems like not everybody's.
Well, these
Fully
are
committed.
These are veterans, so you've got a house divided in the locker room, and it's his job to get that ship right. I don't think he has. I don't think he will. I think they need to fire him.
I think Devontae's comments after this weekend were partially geared towards coaching because he
I
made
think
it
so,
sure
too.
to, like he took a little dig at everybody, but then backed it up and said, "I think everybody's giving their best effort. They just don't know how to." Essentially,
Yeah.
like they don't know how to go that extra, that to finish a game, to play a whole game, all that stuff. I think that's coaching.
I think it is too.
It doesn't help that you lose.
So calm your lips.
You lose.
Calm
Yeah,
your lips.
I would have to say calm your lips for me.
Okay.
It doesn't help you lose to a guy in his very first game coaching in the NFL.
Yeah, that's not a
Well,
good look.
let's talk about him because does he get the Colts back in the division hunt?
The division?
Well, yeah, because Titans are 6-3, and they're 4-5-1.
4-5-1.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, it's
Yeah.
possible.
I don't think he does. I think the Titans run away with that division, but
They're pretty
I
banged
think
up, though,
They
too.
are banged
The
up.
Titans are hurt, man.
They are, but that running game and that defense is going to keep them in a lot of football games. So
Titans are always tough, but yeah.
they are.
Next.
The Cowboys, I said it earlier, they're out of the NFC East race.
I don't think they were ever that good in the first place.
Just caught a little luck with Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Lightning in a bottle. So, what was it? What
That
was the score?
they're not.
In the NFC East race.
Correct.
Cowboys are out of the NFC East race.
Where are they in the standing anyway? I don't even know.
They are third. So you have the Eagles, the Giants, and then the Cowboys.
I
They
think
are
they'll-
6-4 though.
I think that they have a good chance of finishing above the Giants in that division, but I don't think they catch Eagles.
You know, I think it's. No, I'm going to say no. Well, calm your lips.
Calm your lips. Okay. They are out of the NFC East.
Week 11.
I think the Giants.
So
Yeah, the
I like
Giants
that logic.
and
Still 8 weeks to play.
the Eagles are one of them are going to win that division.
Yeah.
It won't be the Cowboys.
No, I don't think so.
does. I mean, Tony Pollard's been pretty good little boost for that offense.
Tony Pollard is a very good boost for that offense. And why they continue to go back to Zeke and publicly say that he's their guy, way beyond me. Does not make sense. I mean, that guy's a playmaker. Not that Zeke in his early days wasn't, because he was, but he's not that same Zeke. So they're speaking of lightning in a bottle. I think Jerry Jones is still, he's got amnesia.
Yeah.
You know, he's still thinking
He may
about
have dementia.
Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, or both.
Yeah. You don't know.
But
Have you seen the way he
he's
looks
not the same guy.
at people?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do with my hands, Jeff, because I want to make comments, but I also well, let's keep going. We'll get back to the Bears, or the Packers, Cowboys.
This season's a typical Chargers letdown, and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, next.
I hate to say yes because I do like Herbert.
Yeah, but they're
I
banged
like
up too.
Yeah.
They have nobody on
Yeah,
offense.
they're
Yeah.
banged up. It's
And
But
every
Eckler
week
hurt.
Allen's supposed to come back and he doesn't.
I think they sneak into that 7th spot. I'm not going to
I'm
say.
not- yeah,
I say
I won't-
calm your lips. I think they sneak into the 7th spot. All right. This one
go
is
ahead.
going to have some. We're going to talk about this one for a
Burns,
little bit.
you ready for the Tua hour?
Yeah.
Here comes the Tua hour.
To a corner.
on your Dolphins podcast.
No, Tua Tagovailoa
Who
needs
is
to
this?
be considered in the MVP talk.
You want my honest? You want honesty?
Well, is this a dishonest podcast?
it's I'm always
sometimes.
telling the truth on here.
Whose truth?
Yes. I mean, I thought we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
2 hours.
And the week before.
Yeah, and the week before.
No, we talked about who that was. Patrick Mahomes, the front runner,
Yes.
and he said yes.
That's still yes.
And I
still
said
yes.
I'm not willing to do that.
Still
And
yes.
so did Caleb.
Well,
So I mean,
You should be
you've
willing
got
to do
basically you've got Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, and Tua. That's
Wait,
what
you've
you
got
have.
Patrick Mahomes,
yeah, one.
Josh Allen,
I don't think he's two.
Tua.
According to, and I'm not. Here's the thing.
Okay, but you got Patrick Mahomes, one, right?
You're asking him to rank?
No. Well, I thought you might do that. So
He's going to go to the power. He's going to go to the internet.
I don't want
I wrote
the
this down.
stats because
They have the power rankings out. Go
well,
ahead.
no. I mean the QB rating for Tua is 118.4. Okay, which is the highest in the NFL.
It's good.
The QB rating for Mahomes is 106.1.
has Tua. How many games has Tua won on his own by being amazing and not being Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle or a
Who's
team?
throwing him the ball?
Yes, but I mean,
How many
They're
games
awesome.
has Tua played?
That's like saying Joe Montana wasn't great.
How many games has Tua played?
7. And he's won all of them.
so his rating is a little skewed.
No, that's
He's played less games.
it doesn't matter. It's still based on
More
what he does
games,
per
it's harder
game.
to manage a higher rating.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
see, he's also
So his
in those-
completion percentage is also number 1 in the NFL, which is 78.1% of the time that you're throwing the ball.
Are they playing the same opponents right now?
Who?
The
Dolphins.
Fishies and
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
I mean, the Chiefs came to San
No,
Francisco
it's a different division.
and obliterated the Niners.
We'll play the Niners
So I'm just saying.
on December 4th. Should be a good game.
We'll play the Niners, or the Dolphins will.
The Dolphins.
Dolphins will play the Niners.
I mean, I'm with them today.
Okay.
He's on the staff.
To answer your question, yes, I say he does deserve to be in the conversation. Yes.
Yeah, he does deserve to be in the conversation.
Very, very high up in the conversation.
Yeah,
If you
top
want me to.
three.
Yeah, okay. All right, agree. If the Commanders stick with Hero Heineke, they may sneak into the playoffs.
It's possible.
I can't say calm your lips.
What are they, 5-5?
Yes.
Five or four.
Five
be.
might be 5-4. I don't know.
But yeah, they're either 500 or one game over.
I'll tell
That's
you
what that
this.
means.
If Wentz
5-5.
if Wentz comes back, they're not making the playoffs.
No.
No.
Agree with
There's
you.
zero chance.
Yeah.
Heineke is their best chance of making the playoffs.
I agree.
So that's all I had.
Cool.
Well, those were good. I think I agreed with every single one of them.
Burnsy,
I didn't
you?
calm your lips once.
You didn't? Oh, good.
Yeah.
nothing to add, Burnsy?
Oh, you don't want to celebrate a big win this weekend, Jeff?
You just killed it.
Jeff,
I said stay silent.
Oh,
would you like to
Stay
celebrate
silent.
a big win?
I did not hear you.
I actually hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Packers, Burns, believe it or not. I just hate you.
Why do you hate the Cowboys?
Oh,
Well,
dude,
no,
they're-
no. Wait, I need
no, hang
something out
on.
of you right now. Was that a big win?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Was that possibly it could turn the season around win?
They've got a lot of making up to do, and they've got
But
a
is
tough
it possible?
schedule coming up.
Should it have been a positive spin on catch your lips?
Well, I don't know if we're catching anybody's
What
lips.
the hell's wrong with
You know
you?
what? You're probably dropping your lips,
Oh,
okay, because you're a Green Bay fan.
I don't know.
Hey,
that
what were they
means.
doing the last minute and a half of that game, though, with 2 timeouts? Did they ever come out and say what the... Because Aaron Rodgers
He
came
was
out and just
pissed.
blew...
Yes.
Typical Mike McCarthy. You're up by 14 in the fourth quarter, and you find a way to lose. Okay, I mean he's done that at Green Bay. He's done it in Dallas. I'm not surprised that Green Bay won
I don't
that
know,
game.
man. I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm kind of with you, Burnsy, though. The Cowboys, I've never really felt that they were that big of a contender. I didn't think they were. But you asked me, like, or one of you asked me why I hate the Cowboys. Their fans are the worst fans. They really are.
You have some listeners of Watch Your Lips.
That's fine. That's fine. And I've told them in the past.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a big win.
You know who I'm starting to get irritated with?
Who's that?
Dolphin fans.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it.
Dolphins fans don't gloat because
Not been
How-
much to gloat about.
How much do we talk about them on this here show? This little program. This is
it's
Dolphins
a big
Hour.
year for them.
Watch your
Is it
Dolphins.
not? Yeah, swim with them.
Swim
you guys
with them.
need to swim with them because they're
I'm
having
not,
a year.
I don't.
Power rankings
dislike
number
them.
3 right now.
Yeah,
I'm not sitting here saying like gloating in it because I've been a Dolphin fan my whole life. It can turn. It can turn, and I've seen it turn. I've got excited before. I'm trying not to get excited until the playoffs.
But you have something to root for. Like I think I
I
texted
root
you the
for them
other
when
day.
they're 1.
I understand that,
and
but you have
8.
something to be excited about this year.
Yes, I was
So-
excited about 9 in a row last year.
Okay, then let's cut it down to 10 minutes per podcast to talk about.
We weren't
That's still
talking.
too
We were
much.
talking about the Packers.
I'm kidding, Jeffrey. I'm kidding.
Hey.
I'm very happy for you. And before coming in here, I thought, man, this is going to be a harmonious day because I'm happy for Jeff for the Dolphins. And as my friend, I figured he'll be so happy
So if you would-
for
if
me
you would
as a Packer fan.
Let me finish. I am happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
It was a good win. I'm glad that it came against the Cowboys. I still don't think they make the playoffs. I hate to say that, Burns, but I'm this is an honest podcast.
Hey.
He doesn't hate to say that.
No, he doesn't. He loves it.
I don't dislike Green Bay. A lot of people think I dislike Green Bay. I don't. It's more Burns getting under his skin and
But you
knowing
haven't.
how much he likes them.
But you haven't.
No, I have. You see, if Jake wouldn't have mentioned it, we would have moved on.
Yeah,
and then
'cause
we would have drove
I-
off, and you would have been like, "Oh, he didn't say anything about the
No,
Packers
because
today."
I'm humble in defeat and humble in
Bernstein.
winning, even though I did nothing
Yeah,
for that win. But as a fan,
but had he not brought that up,
yeah, I wouldn't have said
you would have
anything.
wondered like, "Why he didn't say anything about?"
He was already going there, though.
Oh no, I would have forgotten. I'm going to forget most of what we talked about within 10 minutes.
From leaving.
Anyway, good win for the Pack.
Thank you, Jeff. Good win for the Dolphins and
Yeah,
the
And
Bills.
Well, should have
Hey,
picked the Dolphins.
next week's another
Should have
week.
been a Dolphins fan.
Next week's another
Dolphins podcast. You can follow.
Watch your
follow us
Dolphins
at-
here.
You can follow us at
WatchYourDolphins.com.
watchyourdolphins.com. Swim with us.
Wow. Just don't even know.
I got
anyway,
nothing. Nothing.
That's what I had for Calm Your Lips today.
Well, calm him, Jeffrey. Calm him. Boys, picks. Let's get to picks.
Okay.
I think
It is,
what's the
it
score?
is-
You got the score, Jeff. What's the score?
It is Jake 45, still in the lead. I am 42, and Burns is 40 after this week.
So then
Couple
Burns,
bonus wins with the Vikings
Burns,
and
you
the
wa-
Commanders.
you wanna go ahead and go, Burns?
Sure. I've got the Bills over the Browns, the Chiefs over the Chargers, the 49ers over Arizona, Ravens over Panthers, Green Bay over Titans, Washington Commanders over Texans, and the upset I have the Vikings. I don't know who they're playing.
Says the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Okay.
The Vikings.
Do you have the Vikings losing?
winning? Weren't they
They're playing the Cowboys. Are they not favorite?
Oh, did I mess that up?
Or are you going to pick the Cowboys now?
No, I got to figure this out.
Burns, our picks are basically identical.
Hey, those of you that are still watching and listening, Burns does this every week.
No,
and picks up his phone and
Well, yeah, I
not
look at the
prepared.
line.
I will go Buffalo over Cleveland, Philly over Indianapolis, Cincinnati over Pittsburgh, Baltimore over Carolina, the Giants over Detroit, New Orleans over the beat-up Rams, and the upset, the Raiders
Really?
over the Broncos.
Who we didn't talk about, by the way. We'll get to we'll
There's no
get to the Broncos
nothing to talk about
right after.
with. I will say this though, before you go.
Go ahead.
There's a guy
ahead.
that I follow on TikTok. Brett Rosa actually sent this to me. Shout out, Brett. That there's a guy following Russell Wilson, and he does a bit every week of how many touchdown passes versus how many bathrooms he has in his house. So the bathrooms still lead by 5. He's got 12 bathrooms in his house, and he's got 7 touchdowns on the year.
And
The
we're
$50 million
here.
man.
He's got to poop a lot.
Yeah.
He needs one every 5 feet.
So who's your upset?
Vikings. They're a 2-point home underdog. Well, it was a pick 'em to begin, and now it's a Dallas 2 points. CBSSports.com. Shout out.
Wow.
See, as you
That's just stupid.
well,
Those line
you shouldn't
makers,
tell me that I don't prepare because I was
looking
pretty
on your
prepared.
phone as we
just to
as you already
confirm.
went past your
Just
deal.
to confirm because when I picked them, I knew it.
Jake's picks. Go ahead.
Bills over Browns, Ravens over Panthers, Chiefs over Chargers, Niners over Cards, Commanders over the Texans, Packers over the Titans, and this upset pick, Steelers over the Bengals
Oh, I almost went there too.
in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I'm trying to let you catch up, Jeff.
Okay. Well, since Burns
Since I smoked you and
stole
everything
my
else
thunder
so
last
far.
week,
No, I did. I just
and
played.
took my kicker.
Well, who had the most point? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Go.
Burns has 101. I have 96, and Jake, you're the caboose. You have 78. So
Solid.
Burns, you said you'd go
Yep,
first
fair
this
bear.
week. Kai.
Yeah, Kai May I.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
What did I tell you? It was I'm gonna go. You're the guy on the hot streak with the bye, Nick Fuck you, Jeff.
Whoa.
Graham Gano.
Don't
No,
you
I
know?
haven't picked him. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
What cartoon was that from? Whose mom
It
was
was
that?
Bobby's World.
Okay, very good.
Don't you know?
Don't you
Don't you
know?
know?
We didn't talk about I have not brought up the Broncos.
We haven't brought up the Browns either. And Amari
In a while.
Cooper is dying, apparently. Like I said, he's been dying. The Browns were. Oh, no. You go ahead and go back and look. The last few.
2 weeks, maybe 1, 2 weeks. That's dead.
Nathaniel
He had one or two,
Hackett, bro.
He's got a coach for him. They hired a coach to coach him from the booth.
Well, I mean, who's got it worse fan wise? The Raiders,
The Raiders.
or the Broncos?
I think the Raiders, because that fan
And
base
if-
is much
Well,
more.
we'll find out this week. We're going to find out this week.
I guess that's
Shout out Will Sally. I know you're a Broncos fan. Tough for you. Still love you, buddy.
I'm looking at Amari Cooper. I just wanted to see the numbers. 42 receptions, Jeff. 585.
In 9 games.
5 touchdowns.
How many do you have the last couple weeks?
I'm just saying that's not quite dead, bro.
He's dying.
He's still got
He's
his
on that
nose and
deathbed.
his mouth out of the grave.
Not.
He's on that deathbed.
I mean, it's dropped a bit. His target share has dropped a bit, but last week was 7. The week before, week 9.
But
5
every
for
Macese's
131 and a
favorite
touchdown.
player is about to come back.
Yeah.
So you're
y'all,
talking
we're gonna
about
revisit that.
You're saying because he went 3 for 32 yards Sunday that against the Dolphins, he's dead now.
Oh, he played that's right.
The
That's
week
why he's
before
dead.
that, he had 131 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. It's just because he played the Dolphins last week and they shut him down. That's why he's
isn't a
saying
Dolphins
that.
podcast.
That is why he's
Just
saying
saying,
that.
just saying,
You know it too.
We killed him.
Yeah, see?
Oh my God!
I love it.
You better hope they win, boy. You just
The Dolphins?
Yes,
They've won 7.
No,
when it matters. You better hope they win when it matters.
You know what? Honestly, I mean, just the direction that franchise is going is a really good direction as a fan. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad you went there and didn't go back to I've seen him blow it before because
no,
you know.
I'm saying that they've signed Hill long term, they've signed Waddle long term, they've got Tua that they're gonna pay. They're in good shape and clean up the defense, and we're good. So, we won't talk about the Dolphins.
No more the Dolphins. How about the Dogs?
Well, no, the Browns though.
What about the Browns?
They're the dogs too. Good job.
No, y'all mentioned
Y'all.
y'all mentioned that the Browns still had a chance a couple weeks ago to be a playoff team.
Why are you bringing up
Our
old
boy
shit, bro?
Daniel
Yeah,
Bonilla called you guys out.
Where? I didn't see it, so it's not real.
No, it's real. Jake's
Oh,
on.
on Instagram, yeah.
And he agreed with me that the Browns were not going to be in contention. But you guys still think Deshaun Watson?
Well, that's 2 people that are wrong.
You still think Deshaun Watson's going to?
What's their record right now, Jake? Are you looking it up?
The Browns are
3 and 6.
And they're in the same division as
Cincinnati, the Ravens, Steelers.
And what'd you say they were?
3 and 6.
3 and 6.
Yeah, they're done.
But 3 weeks ago, they weren't. 3
Yeah,
and
they weren't
6.
done.
So
It wasn't last week we said that. We haven't talked about the Browns in a while.
we're talking about
Overreactions.
Giants.
Yeah.
We're also talking about
Overreactions.
2 Giants
Yep.
fans here at the same. Also, I mean,
Yeah.
Whatever.
take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Chalk Peterson took the deal.
What deal?
How do you feel about the Packers though? They did release Amari Rogers today.
I didn't even see
After
it. I
5
was working
fumbles,
all day.
good riddance.
What
Yeah.
was they last year a 21 pick?
But I did want to give a shout out to Bernsey on this one though. Christian Watson.
Yeah, he looked
We
good.
mentioned him on your very first episode, which was the NFL draft. He's a player, dude. He's a player. So they need to go to him.
Yeah.
They need to go to him. He had 4 for like 107 and 3 touchdowns, but they were big.
Yeah, he got loose. Yeah. No, he looked good. The goose is
So,
loose.
hey,
I'm
those
not-
rookies that you've been taking that big old turd on.
Nope.
Okay.
What have I said? I said they need to be pushed to get to a better
He
playing
didn't
level.
have the
And
opportunity
they're
to
being
push him.
pushed.
He's talented. He hasn't been on the field because he was hurt.
Okay, so
he couldn't
the
push
point
him
is
and yell at
moot.
him.
The point is moot.
You're moot.
You're mute. Imagine what this
Hey,
podcast
can you
would
give
be
me
like
one of
if
the?
you
Can
were
these?
mute.
Can we get these mountains blue, please? Yeah.
I'll
Thank
even
you.
open it for you because the Dolphins are so good.
I mean, they are.
There was no sarcasm.
Jeff, we haven't updated the people either on the Watch Your Lips Fantasy Football League.
Oh, Jake wants to gloat in this. He wants to swim in his gold coins. He wants to. Yeah, you do.
I only know my position.
Jake is in first
Good job.
at 7-3. I am 6-4. Burns
Making
is
a comeback.
5-5, but he's made himself relevant. He's in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Safe to say, Gabe Flores, we don't owe you lunch or dinner. You're 0-10.
Somebody's he's gonna
So-
clip somebody.
It's not going to be me.
And
I'll
mean,
tell you that
Well,
right now.
I was
does he even
scared.
put guys in if they're on a
I don't
bye?
think
He
did.
does. No,
Did
he does.
Okay, all right.
He does.
All right.
Because
He's
Brett
got
Rosa did not
integrity.
this week.
Well, that was an accident,
It
probably,
was?
because he's
Brett,
pretty.
let us know because
Yeah.
I don't like winning that way.
Okay, so we'll call that a loss for you.
Well, the system has it
That's
as a win.
It's like a COVID World Series.
No, Jake's.
Yeah.
So Jake's receivers have actually turned out to be really good.
Yes.
I didn't even have one of them.
Tyreek Hill puts up about 130 points a week
Yeah.
to 150
CeeDee Lamb
points
had
a
a
week.
good
in
week.
this.
I tell my son about the scoring every week because he's real into fantasy, and he just dies laughing.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, it's
but
hilarious.
here's the thing though. The parity of that league is probably tighter than any league I'm in. We have 7 guys. Okay, it's 14-team league.
Yeah.
We have 7 guys at 5-5.
Yeah.
You're one of them. 1 at 6-4, me, and 3 at 7-3, Jake,
Yeah.
Frazier, and Jeff Wright. Okay, the remainder are like 4 and 6, other than Gabe, who's 0-10.
Yeah.
It's turned out to be interesting.
And there's a couple guys that have 2, and they're 2 and whatever 8.
So in this league, what do you? I mean, aside from wide receivers going off, what are you seeing that is making teams win more? It's just a wide receiver.
Wide
It's
receivers.
only wide receivers.
Wide receivers.
Every once in a while, like when Kamara had a big week, I think he scored.
Eckler
like
had one
100.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those scat backs.
I've had tight ends actually have pretty
Yeah.
decent weeks that help out, but it's mainly the wide
Yeah,
receivers.
Hawkinson threw up like 160 one week.
Did he really?
So it's been
It's been fun.
been entertaining.
It's been
It is fun.
to
It's
watch.
going to be a lot funner next year.
Yeah.
Funner.
More fun. Funner.
funs
Funny farm.
for everybody.
Funny farm.
The dogs are. It's all in front of them. They control their own destiny. They're one win away from clinching a spot.
We're going to beat Nevada this week, and we will clinch a spot in the Mountain West Championship.
More than likely on the road,
But though,
but an opportunity
Yes,
to
yes.
be at Bull or
Yes.
Valley Children's, whatever you want to call it,
Jim Sweeney Field.
Jim Sweeney Field. That was a big win last week
Hey,
too.
you know what though? I didn't notice this. Maybe you guys have. Logan Mankins.
Yes.
Is he not on the field anymore?
I think
'Cause
they
it was
changed the
the
turf.
Mankins-
That's different. They tore that turf up and
But
replaced.
where is he on the field?
I
anymore?
think it was. I want assuming part of the process of donating the turf that he was on.
Correct.
I don't know if that was the case.
And
in
where
this.
Jim Sweeney Field is on the turf is where Logan Mankins.
Yeah. I don't know. I just know they
was,
changed
or
the
the
field
Mankins
turf.
family.
I know they changed field turf.
Mariposa boy.
Mariposa.
Mariposa.
But the dogs.
Dogs control their own destiny.
Yeah.
They look really good. How about Jake Hayner throwing for over 300 yards in every game that he's been in?
There's too many. There's too
big
many
difference.
guys. I mean, just
Yeah, they're playing.
And
as you
our boy,
expected.
Moreno Cropper, is coming on.
yeah, man.
Yep.
He's had a couple really good games.
There's just too much for.
So
teams
get
there.
number 5 the ball.
Struggled a little bit with a mobile quarterback. That kid wasn't terrible.
UNLV, that was not a fight. I mean, that game was a lot closer on the scoreboard than it really was. Fresno dominated the whole
They had that
game.
fourth down lapse that late with the 4th and 1 where they
Yeah.
snuck through and put up a touchdown. But
But go Dogs.
one
We're
more
gonna
win.
beat the
Dub.
Wolfpack.
One more dub. And then I think is Boise playing Wyoming. They're the two front runners in the other side of the division.
Yes, they are.
So it's Mountain West football.
That's right.
It is Mountain West football, and we're going to be Mountain West champs.
Yep.
We are bowl eligible now. Should probably be playing somebody like UTSA or Troy on December 17th or the 24th. That's not a joke. It could have been worse.
On
we
the
made
CW
the bowl.
network.
It's okay.
I know it's on Telemundo.
What a hell of a turnaround though for that team. I mean, fighting through the injuries the way they have. Tedford has really
we kind of
rallied
knew
the troops.
Kind of knew early too. This point of the schedule was going to be not really much
other than the UConn loss. I mean, the Oregon State and USC was a coin flip. I really thought they could have won both of those games.
Or let me ask this: is UConn better than what we thought?
They're bowl eligible.
Yeah, they've been playing decent.
Yeah, I think they won their
bowl
sixth. I think we were talking when that game ended too. I think they hit 6 wins. Yeah, for the year. So, and Liberty was 8-2.
Jim Mora Jr.
Yeah, Liberty was doing.
Is that who's there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
he knows a little bit about football.
Yeah,
just a tad.
Football.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, that's the other thing that we're not prepared for is the World Cup.
We're gonna get prepared. We've got a week or so.
Do you guys even watch soccer?
I watch a World Cup.
Chicharito. Go!
That was commitment. I like that, Jeff. I would like to see it again.
Say Chicharito.
No, I want to see that again at some point. Maybe during the World Cup.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Maybe a couple times throughout.
Chicharito.
Go! You can't encourage this, Bernsey. Jesus Christ. We'll got to dive. I've been watching, man. I was watching some Premier League the other day.
I did watch the Premier League the other day.
Enjoyed myself. I'm going to have to get into soccer, man. Baseball's
watching
over.
a lot of
Chelsea lost to Newcastle on Saturday. I actually watched that instead of a football game.
That's
for once.
what I watched.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Blippy or Miss Rachel, probably. That's my Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Blippy.
You know who Blippy is?
You watch?
I do know
You
who
let your
Blippy
kid
is.
watch Coco Melon?
No.
He's winking.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Kristen may listen. That's why.
no. Unfortunately,
Listen, nobody's
hard
wives. None of our wives
she
listens to
doesn't
this.
listen.
Well, I know.
But it's hard to
Thank God.
to not.
Thank God. Yeah.
Julie, though,
Allow that.
Julie is a wife. I'm sure there's some lady listeners. Thank
I
you.
would imagine,
Because our
yes.
own wives don't give two shits
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
Melanie Garibay.
Bring it.
She's a big supporter.
Yeah, shout out Mel.
Shout out Melbo.
Shout out Melbo.
I hear that's
You can
the
both-
new. I hear that's the new Caillou Barney could
No,
be.
no, it's not even. No, that's wrong. Caillou was a brat. Barney was a pedo. Coco Melon is just,
Really? With Barney?
well, it could have been. Coco Melon is just them singing. The problem with it is the animation is really, really busy and full of colors. But you know who owns Coco Melon?
No, Aaron
You know,
Rodgers.
The production. That was good. It's a Chinese company.
So you don't let him watch it.
I shouldn't. So no, I don't. Blippy is another. Have you said yes?
Yes.
Whoa, God has spoken. Blippy is this dude, and hopefully I don't ruin this for all you parents out there. So he got real big, right? He ended up selling his company, whatever it was, to the Coco Melon people for $40 million. Blippy back in 2012 or 2013 was on the internet pooping on one of his friends. That was his original video into the internet.
And he's now made $40 million
And talking to our kids on a daily
for
basis.
shitting on humans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you? And
So
yeah,
lots of ways to make money.
more than
how
one
we
way
went.
to skin a
I don't know how
cat.
we got
Blippy,
here. We're
you
shouting
know?
out our audience, and then we're talking about Blippy and poops.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean,
Sorry.
it is watch your lips.
Yeah. If you have
Burns,
to
do
edit
you
that,
have
then
any-
edit? I was at a wedding
Sorry, I asked Jeff.
on Friday.
In writing, please.
Only questions, he says.
Go ahead, hurry.
All right. You were at a wedding.
Jeff's got some more shit, I think.
No, you got to go.
We're good.
All right. Hey.
Yes, and it was up at Tenaya Lodge.
Okay. Shout out Tenaya Lodge.
Tenaya Lodge, and it was a guy you know.
Sure. Yeah.
And we were sitting out on the balcony or whatever, and I was watching the crows fly around, and it seemed really, really peaceful. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, we got married there.
Yes, I know.
But
I told Kristen
crows
about
flying
15 times.
crows flying around is not peaceful.
No,
and I will tell you a
watch
story
them
very
glide
quickly.
through the air. Go ahead.
So you guys remember my dad lived across the street from TJ, Thomas Jefferson, when we were in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the corner there, the little house right on the
It's a
corner.
school in a town that we grew up in.
Yeah, across from the church.
Not everybody's from.
Well, occasionally I would walk down to TJ that had handball courts, and I would take a racquetball or a tennis ball, and I would just throw and, work on infield work. I took a wiffle ball bat that day for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I don't know if you remember this, Burns, but when we were in 8th grade, remember crows were attacking people.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember
that.
this?
That's amazing.
Okay. Do you remember
No, I
in
didn't.
Madeira that crows were attacking?
I don't remember.
They were
no.
not like the movie crows, but very similar. Okay.
Crows are big.
Yeah. I got attacked.
Yes.
Okay. No, I really did.
No, I'm saying
I'm
yes.
sitting in the handball court, and here comes one. And then there's like 3 or 4 of them, and then they're circling around, and there's like 8 or 9 of these crows just diving at me. So what do you think I did? I got the
Attacked
wiffle ball bat,
You went after
and I
them.
started fucking going after
Yeah.
You get a little
each
As you
one.
should.
some
And
BP work in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I got one.
Did you?
Oh yeah,
You killed it?
straight in the body. Boom.
Was that
dropped
wiffle
it.
ball? Did it have tape on it? The bat?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I dropped it, and then they scattered, and thank God. Well, so I left obviously because I'm like, this thing's wounded. They're gonna still be pissed off. I left and I start walking. Well, boom, hit me right in the neck. Boom, I got clipped by one of them in the neck, and I was running around like this, like
They're like, you're coming to our side, our squad.
trying to hit the crows, dude. And I made it home. They didn't.
Yeah, you're
I'm
still here. You're here.
I'm still here.
That's amazing.
Tell a story about it.
So
But,
the reason I brought crows up is I'm wondering what animal would you guys want to be? It could be anything. It could be exotic. It could be a field mouse.
You wouldn't be a dolphin, I would assume.
You like kiss people? Give them
I don't want anybody
little
swimming
nibbles?
with me.
Would you if you were a dolphin, would you let somebody hold onto your fin and swim with you?
Maybe.
Do you think they have a choice?
Yeah, I could swim away.
No, the dolphins in captivity.
They have a choice. They can,
In captivity?
Jesus, Burns. Okay.
Free will.
I would like to be. Go ahead, Jake.
A lion.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say a lion.
You can still say a
You
lion.
didn't know it's a competition now.
It's not a competition.
It just turned into it.
It's just
what
whatever you'd
can
like
kill
to be.
a lion,
Yeah.
right?
You know what? Maybe a monkey just to fuck with people.
That would be
that'd
fun.
probably be more my personality.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So
Your question, go.
So
Crow?
well, a bird in general. I think I would like that. I would love to be able to float over.
Or fly, maybe?
Float. They look like they're floating through air. Like they only flap their wings every once in a while.
Well, just because they don't.
What's
just 'cause-
wrong with you?
Just because
It
they're not
seems like
flapping their wings does not mean they're not
but it
flying.
seems like an easy life. Like you're just coasting
so
through life.
what happens when our plane wings stop flapping? Are we not flying anymore?
no, we're just floating.
Well, they don't flap. There's there's an engine.
So they
that
call
works.
it flying, though.
But there's different ways to fly.
Are you
who invited this guy?
gonna float to your next trip?
Float, yeah. Well, probably like 70% of the time, but I'll have to do some work. I mean, life is work, right? So
Life
yeah,
is work.
I would
All right.
I would flap
In
and
writing,
then float.
please.
Flap and then float. I'd be a bird though. Yeah, I would love that. I'd probably, yeah, it'd be fun.
Episode 39. Watch Your Lips podcast.
I apologize for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. and
apologize.
find us and follow us and subscribe and download that shit. All that.
Official
Yeah.
sponsor of Fresno State Athletics. Best
drayage.
drayage.
Yeah. Shout out.
And the
Follow
sponsor
us
of Watch Your
at-
Lips. Sorry.
Watcher_lips on Twitter and Instagram, at Watch Your Lips on TikTok. If you're listening, please go and watch on YouTube. Subscribe. And Burns,
Go float on.
Jeffrey.
go float and fins up. Watch your lips.